And this is Miss Leanna, and she is going to help us with our toddler class today. This is her first day here, and she's amazing. She's 2 years old, and I'm just so impressed with what she can do. So we're going to start out with a warm-up, and if you have a sister or brother at home that can help you with this, or you as a parent, if you want to do it with her and kind of follow the leader, and it'll help her get motivated to do it. Also, just come up with you can at home. Like these can be like little stuffed animals that you have at home. So we're going to try and step over them. The circles or little, I call them French fries, but anything you have that they can jump over that's not really tall, because some toddlers can't jump. She jumps very well, but some toddlers have a tough time just jumping off the floor, period. So you want something to start out with really low. And we're just going to start out running around the cones and just putting our hands on the block and stepping up. And then eventually you want them to try and jump up. So you might want to come up with something a little bit shorter, the block, so that they can actually get up on it. So also try and use some music to get them motivated to move. Obviously she has no problem moving, but music tends to get people happy and wanting to move. So we're going to try and follow the leader, and Miss Ayla is going to help her do that. So if you want to turn the music up, and come on, Leanna, let's see if we can do it 3 times, okay?
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sometimes you can take a break.
Exhausted, so I'm sure your toddler will be too. So now we're going to move on to our skills, and our first skill is going to be on floor. So we're going to do some forward rolls. Miss Gia, come here. So toddlers don't normally want coaches to touch them, so she's family, so she's going to try and get her niece to do it with her in just a minute after I show you what you're going to do with somebody that's going to be a little more manageable for this. So again, put your hands down, put your weight on your hands, and get up off your heels. Look at your belly and roll. Okay? So if you got them to do this last week, that's perfect. Now you want to try and get just to the feet. Okay? If you're still working on trying to get to the back, that's okay. Just keep doing it. And if you do it, and do it, and do it, and do it, eventually they'll do it and they'll be rolling up. Okay? So we're going to try and have Miss Ayla do it with Leanna. So I'm going to step back so she's comfortable. Hands flat. Belly. Look at your belly. And roll. Yay! So if that's all you can get right now, that's perfect. Just keep working on them and eventually try and get them to roll up and stay in a ball a little bit longer, okay? Good job. The second thing we did last week and the week before was the backward roll. So you're going to squat down and put your hands on the blue floor. Make sure you stay in this tuck. And you want to fall back and sit on your bottom and roll on back. No, you're not going to grab your legs. You're just going to roll, remember, hands flat on the floor from last week. So you're going to sit and roll and put your hands flat. Good. So that's about all you're going to get a toddler to do, if that much. So very good Gia, you want to try it, Miss Leanna? See if you can do that. So get on the end of the mat, Rayla. There you go. Good. And squat. And sit and roll back. Can you do it? Uh-oh. Try it again. Try and keep your hands in the front. Try it one more time. Can you do it one more time? Hands flat on the floor. In the front, lean forward. So you want their hands to be out here. Yeah. And then just sit back like this and keep your hands in the front. Okay? Can you try it, Miss Leanna? Get on your feet like Ayla. And sit and keep your hands in the front.
Sit back. Keep your hands in the front.
Yay! That was so good! Good job. So if you can get them to just keep their hands in the front and sit down, keep doing that until it gets better, then start teaching her how to get those hands flat, okay? So now we're going to teach a new skill. It's similar to the forward row, but you're going to straddle. Go ahead and straddle. Yep. And put your hands flat, so it's kind of the same thing. Lift the heels, tuck the chin, make sure your hands are flat. Open your hands a little bit, so make sure the hands are right underneath the shoulders, okay? So look at your belly and just row. Row into a straddle. So try it again. So straddle your feet, hands flat. Pull your hands in a little bit closer to your body, your legs. There you go. Now look at your belly and roll and straddle and sit. Okay? And even if they can't get, they may just lay on your back. They may just get to the straddle and get to here, and that's okay. But eventually, if you keep working with them, they'll sit up in a straddle, and then we'll work on standing up. Do it one more time, and just stay on your back and get your feet up in the air. So straddle. Look at your belly and row, and just land on your back with your feet to the ceiling. Yes, perfect. Okay? Can you come try it? Can you come try a straddle roll? Come on, come do it with Ayla. All right, you ready? Tell her what to do, Miss Ayla.
Straddle your feet.
Face this way. There you go. Straddle like this. Put her at the edge. Straddle your feet. Straddle your feet. There you go. So you got to help her. And then tuck your head and roll. Can you tuck your head and roll? Yay! Good job, Leanna. Can you try it one more time? Can you do it all by yourself? Let me see. Let me see you. Starting to straddle up here beside Ayla. Do it one more time. Good girl. Good job. So mainly just have them straddle and just make sure that head is tucked so they don't land on the top of their head like this. Okay? Make sure they're tucking their head. Can you do it one more time? Straddle, hands flat. Really tuck the head because you want to fall back here and just roll. And you can come on up. Good job. And then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to work on handstands, okay? But first they got to be able to balance, okay? So we're going to use this, okay? And we're going to have them put one leg in the front, their good leg, whatever leg that is, okay? Whatever they're comfortable with. Whatever leg they put up front first is probably going to be their good leg, okay? If they're a righty but they put their left leg up, that's perfectly normal, okay? Because some righties are lefty gymnasts, okay? Vice versa, okay? So you're going to try and get them to lift, just balance on one foot and reach for the block and throw it up, okay? Can you go get that for me, Gia, and you try it? And then you can get behind her and catch them. So they want to start in a lunge. Okay, you don't even have to have the arms up. Just if they can just stay still and not move their feet, make sure they're able to reach for the block, that it's close enough to where they can reach it. So reach for it and throw it up. It makes them get their arms up. And throw it. Try and throw it up a little bit more. Try it one more time. I'll get a little bit closer. So you want to throw it up, get your arms up over your head and throw it up in the air a little more so Ayla can catch it. Okay? You ready? Reach and throw it. Good job. You want to come try? Come here. So you're going to put one leg in the front. Put one leg in the front. You have to be on this side or in front of the camera. Yep, put your arms up. See how she put her left leg in the front? This is a little far. Let's scoot this to you. Can you reach and grab the ball? Grab it and throw it. Yay! Can you do it one more time? Arms up. Lift your, look at this ball. Can you look at it? Turn your hips this way. Yep, just like that. Good. Now, try and lift your foot up and throw it. Yay! Good job. So eventually you want them to try and lift their foot just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot, just so they learn how to balance on this one leg. Okay? So the next thing we're going to do is handstands. Beginning of a handstand. Okay? So, Gia, why don't you come right here? Now you're going to put your feet right here in the middle. And if you can just, if your child can just do this, that's awesome, because most toddlers can't even hold themselves up with their hands, okay? And this is going to be your star skill. So if you can start walking towards me, Gia, okay? If you get this far, it's 1 star. If you get around the whole block, good, it's 2 stars. And if you get anything past that, it's 3 stars, okay? All right, come on down. Hey, Leanna, can you come try on the green block? Good, and put your hands on the floor. Show her how to do it, Ada. There you go. Put your hands on the floor. Perfect. And put your feet on the floor. Put her toes on the floor. Put your toes on.
I don't know.
Yeah? Hey, show her real quick, okay? She's going to hold herself up. Look at her. Can you walk, Ayla? Can you walk around? Yeah. There you go. Now you try. You ready? Yeah. Put your feet on. Put your hands on the floor. Put your hands on the blue floor. Yeah, and put your feet on the green block. And put your feet on the block like this. Toes under like that. Can you stay right there? Don't let your knees touch. Don't let your knees touch. Push. Can you do it? Can you walk on your knees? Walk around. Walk on your hands and knees like this. Can you do it? Here you go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Don't let your arms bend. Don't let your arms bend. So if you can just get them to do that, then start practicing trying to move their feet and move their hands. Again, they're toddlers. It's going to take some time, but she's doing awesome. Tuck your head and roll out of it. Yay! Good job, Leanna. So just keep trying. By the end of the week, hopefully you get your child to start taking a few steps, okay? Okay, so now I'm just going to introduce beam a little bit so you can work on it, and then we'll do more at next week on beam. So what I want you to do is try and get your child to stay. What I did was just put some painter's tape on this mat so it can stay there indefinitely until it gets all worn out and I have to put another piece on. So mainly just try and get them to stay on the line forward. So just walk down the beam and try and get their feet to stay on the line. And then turn around and face that way. Then try and get them to walk sideways, okay? And then back sideways, because it's the other leg, and try and stay on the line. And once they get pretty good at that, come here. Right here. Try and get them to hold something in their hand with their arms straight out, looking through it, and try and look this way, because a lot of them want to just drop their head like this and look at the line. You don't really want them to look at the line down here. Tell them to look at your finger, or even something that's down here. Look at that right there. So hold both. You can use both arms straight out and look at the ball, but focus on trying to get your feet to stay on the line. So just look at the line. Good. And then sideways. You don't really have to look through that. Just hold on to it. So again, and if they get pretty good at it, try and go up on your toes. Try and walk sideways on your toes. And walk sideways back, okay? Good. And if they get really good, come right here. You can try and get them to hold the ball straight up over their head with both hands. And make sure they're still, again, looking at something over here, your hand or something. Keep looking at that circle and walk. And then if you can, get them to go up on their toes, okay? Same thing sideways. Arms are up. Face that way. Good job. And come back. Good. Okay. We're going to do our seal stretch. And this is for our stars, so lay down on your belly. Okay? So, for 1 star, all you have to do is have them put your hands right here by the shoulders right here and push up. Okay? Now just, you want to arch. This is called a seal stretch, you remember? So it kind of looks like a seal, okay? If they can do this with straight arms, just hold themselves up, that's 1 star, okay? Now, if you can make sure their hands are in line with their shoulders like this, and their feet are together and their toes are pointed, That's 2 stars. And then for 3 stars, have them look up at the ceiling. Make sure your legs and toes are together, okay? And that would be for 3 stars, okay? Good job. Nice job. Thank you so much. So now we're going to do some conditioning. Miss Leanna got really tired, so she may or may not come back to help us do some stuff. And that's going to happen with toddlers. And if they get really exhausted and don't want to do anymore, don't try and make them. Just try and continue it the next day, okay? So now we're going to do a little condition, and all we're going to do is we're going to stretch up really tall, and we're going to get really small, and grow tall, and small, and grow tall. And then see if you can get them small, and grow tall, and jump. Small, grow tall, and jump, okay? So see if you can get them to do that, maybe 3 sets of 5 or something. And then the next thing, we're going to have them lay on the back, okay? And you're going to have your toddler put their feet right here on your legs, and then you're going to hold their hand, and you need to teach them first to lift their head. Can you hold your head up? Yeah? And then just try and sit up, okay? These are called sandwich sit-ups. Up and down. And you're going to have to help them a little bit, but this will still work on their abs and get them strong, okay? So just try and do like 3 sets of 5 every day, and their little abs, you'll be amazed at how strong they'll be, okay? Okay, so if you can get them to do 5 with help, 1 star, 7 with help, 2 stars, and 10 with help will be 3 stars for your conditioning, okay? And then the next thing we're going to do is you're going to just have them walk up and down on a block. Just walk up, step up, try not to use the hands, and step down, okay? Up and down, right foot, left foot, okay? If they'll only do 1 foot, that's okay. And they may not even be able to step up, but this will teach them to walk up steps and stuff like that. And then some toddlers can jump up on something this high. If not, find something really small. Like if they're not jumping over those hoops from the warm-up, then don't have them jump on anything this high. But you can kind of help them, like bend your knees and tell them to push off the floor and help them get up there so they get used to knowing, hey, I got to jump up, okay? So if you can have them jump up, step up to just like this several times, and then have them jump. See if you can have them do that about 5 times, okay? You did an awesome job, Gia. Thank you. Leanna, you want to come say bye? Huh? Come here so you can say bye to the camera. Say it again. Bye-bye. Awesome. We'll see you guys next week.